Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC stock. What do I think AMC stock is going to do on the earnings? Do I think AMC stock is going to squeeze? I hope to answer both those questions for you guys by the end of the video. I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It is just my personal opinion and for educational purposes only. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we see AMC up 3.27%. I know they're about to host up their earnings and their expected EPS is basically negative 93 cents a share, which is not great, but at the same time, you guys have to understand that a lot of these big time companies are still recovering kind of from the pandemic, kind of what's been going on with the pandemic as well. I do expect AMC to put up decent earnings. I don't know if they're going to be profitable. Like I said, obviously AMC took a big hit because of the overall pandemic. And business is slowly starting to come back, but it's not back at full capacity just yet. But I do expect a little bit of decent earnings just because AMC has put up a decent amount of box office movies like Black Widow and The Fast and the Furious. Both of those movies did really well, but looking at the 1 week chart, down about 3.82%. And if we look at the 1 month chart, it's down about 30.20%. AMC has kind of been trading in the sideways pattern, and a lot of people have been kind of wondering, what's been going on with AMC stock? Why has it been trading sideways? Nothing's really happening. Well, there's been a lot of interesting things that have actually kind of been happening with AMC. I mean, we take a look that there's still a lot of big time investors who are buying the stock. I know a big time New Jersey fund just bought up a lot of shares. I know BlackRock still owns a lot of shares of AMC as well. A lot of them kind of want to get in on the waves. A lot of them kind of want to play the sideways trading. And a lot of them still do think that AMC stock is going to go through a squeeze. I also do think that AMC stock is going to go through a squeeze as well. The reason I say this because, like I said, we know that short positions are continuing to increase. And we now have new time hedge funds who are still shorting the stock, trying to push down the stock as much as possible. With this being said, this also is going to make it, kind of with market conditions lately, the markets have not really been doing too well. AMC being pushed down by these big time hedge funds makes people believe that it's a sell-off, but a lot of the apes are resilient. They still continue to buy up the stock. A lot of them still putting in a lot of ditched effort to keep AMC afloat and to make sure that it doesn't basically get shorted into the ground. Now, as far as the overall squeeze in itself, a lot of people have been asking, when is the squeeze actually going to happen? When do you predict the squeeze is actually going to go through? Well, that's the thing. You really can't predict when a short squeeze is actually going to happen, and that's the biggest thing. When it comes down to kind of like AMC, and we know it's a heavily shorted stock. We know that there's still hedge funds who are still pushing down the stock as much as possible, but there's never going to be a definitive date when AMC stock actually goes to a short squeeze. A lot of people are expecting a squeeze after earnings or maybe a little bit. I think it depends on how well AMC actually does on their earnings. Like I said, do I think they're going to have a profitable quarter? No, I don't. But I do expect them to beat the expected EPS. But we're about to find out here in the next couple of minutes whether AMC actually does beat their EPS or not. But overall, AMC is still a heavily shorted stock, and my opinion has not changed. If AMC, I haven't sold any of my AMC position. The reason I haven't is because I still do think that AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze. If we take a look at the 1 year chart, we see here January 27th, similar thing happened where we got a lot of sideways trading after the initial first squeeze. Obviously, we didn't get the full effect of the squeeze just because a lot of the brokerages limited trading on those trading days, but we see this huge run up here on June 2nd, and AMC has kind of just been slowly falling since. But I want people to know that the run up that AMC currently has or is having is not due to the actual people, buying back the stock. It's just a bunch of retail traders who are buying back. So a lot of these big time hedge funds have not covered their short positions yet. And I think that's an important factor that does kind of put into place and kind of should be a kind of a thought when people are buying AMC stock, that AMC stock has not squeezed yet. And the hedge funds still have to cover their short positions. Eventually, no one knows when AMC will squeeze again. Like I said, I still do think that AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze. Whether it gets shorted to, let's say, $25 or $30 or whatever the case, eventually, like I said, these big time hedge funds still have to buy back shares and they still have to pay back these shares. These shares are not free. They're not for just the hedge funds to kind of keep. But the big main goal of these hedge funds is to push AMC into the ground. Like I said, this is why I'm still holding my AMC position, because I still do think that AMC stock is going to have to eventually go through a short squeeze, because a lot of these big time hedge funds still have to pay back their positions. But there has not been any good enough news to be able to push AMC stock upward enough to make the hedge funds actually feel threatened. We saw what happened with GameStop stock back in January. There has to be a legitimate run up before these hedge funds actually cover their short positions. And like I said, these hedge funds, they're going to play it a little bit more stubborn this time around. They're not going to want to basically go through the same thing that they did with GameStop back in January, right? They're going to wait as long as possible until AMC's price actually gets out of control. But to the fact that AMC has kind of been on a steady decline, it's not really making the hedge funds scared enough to want to have to cover their short positions just yet. And this kind of puts into the perspective that, okay, you know, with AMC, there's still a lot of people who are buying the stock. We see the buy orders outweighing the sell orders. You know, we see that the stock is heavily being shorted, and we see that, you know, what's kind of just happened in the past with stocks that are being shorted. And what that always says about history is, you know, stocks eventually always end up going through a short squeeze one way or another. You know, it's at random times. You can't really predict when it's going to happen, and it's going to be the same thing with AMC once again. You're not going to be able to predict what happens with AMC stock. You're not going to be able to predict, you know, when AMC stock is actually going to squeeze. But business is recovering for these types of businesses. Like AMC is doing surprisingly decent and is doing surprisingly well in the fact that we're still kind of in the midst of a pandemic and things are still kind of going back to normal. AMC has made a huge jump, but you guys have to remember, you know, that AMC lost about 80 to 90% of its overall revenue in the peak of the pandemic. But now that business has slowly started to creep back up, you know, people are expecting better earnings from AMC. People are also expecting a lot of great things out of AMC. For me, I still go to the movie theaters all the time. I still think it's a viable business model, although a lot of people may not agree with that. But I do think that AMC is going to head towards profitability very, very soon. And I still do think that AMC stock is going to be able to go through a short squeeze. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of AMC. Do you guys think AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze? If you guys own AMC stock, how many shares you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.